Hi everyone. So today I'm gonna talk through how you know which way is up with a cloth pad. I imagine if you're like a veteran cloth pad user, obviously know which way is up. But this is for somebody who's like very new to cloth pads, who maybe has previously bought factory made pads on Amazon and is switching to work at home makeup pads, or maybe you bought a lot of cloth pads in a D stash and there's several different makers in the bunch and you're not sure which way is up for all of them because they may not be the same. So I'm just going to kind of talk through, what is the average way up, and then if something doesn't look like, a typical cloth pad, how you know which way is up. So the first thing is that if you are switching to work at home makeup pads in general, with a work at home maker, the pad will be, it will probably have a fleece backer or windpro backer, and it will be print side or hand dyed side up. So this is a Yurtcraft pad. You can see here, this is Windpro on the back. So if you've ever bought factory made pads, a lot of them may have a kind of gray fleece topper, which I imagine has a similar texture to this. So I think that's why some people get confused about which side is up. But if you buy from Work at Home Maker, it's usually going to be print side up. And really the main indicator of the which side is the top is to look for core stitching. And this actually applies to with any factory made pads as well. If you see, so there's stitching around the edge of the pad, and that's what secures the layers together, like the pad as a whole. But you want to look for stitching down the middle area here, and on the Yurtcraft pad is this wavy stitch, and that's how you know that this is the top side, because this is the stitching that attaches the core to the topper. So, for instance, if you've ever bought from Environmenstrual, this you get an Environmenstrual pad and you see this. So if I was go by what I just said, then you would presume that this is the top because this is the printed side and this is the solid side. But, and even too because this side is fleece. But with Environmenstrual pads, again, if you just actually look, you'll see there's some stitching down the middle here, and this is attaching the core to the topper. So actually with Environmenstrual, this is the topper side, and that's because she uses hidden PUL, and then the cotton is to help the PUL stop slipping. And additional to that, is that if you see a tag and it's like flat against the body of the pad, that's obviously going to be the back, because when you snap the pad up, it's going to hide the tag. So it's not going to rub against your leg or anything. And that's how you know this is the top and this is the back. I actually have another factory made pad here. This one is some HannahPad. And again, this is the printed side. You might think, well, isn't this the right side? Isn't this the top side? And it's not, because if you turn it over, you'll see there's clearly some core stitching here attaching the core to the topper. And in this case, again, there's a tag, so you know that this side goes towards your underwear. So this question, what if there isn't core stitching, right? So you get a pad like this. This one is some hoo-hoo rags. It's a bamboo chauffeur topper, and there's no core stitching down the middle, right? This is a hidden core. Some makers I think call it a suspended core. And if you're familiar enough with pads, you'll know that this is a Windpro backer on a Windpro backer. So this is obviously the back side. But another good way to know up from down here is just that there's a tag on it, and even though the tag isn't again flush against the back of the pad, you know that when you snap it, okay, this is the way that ends up with the tag being tucked away. So you know that this is the correct way to snap the pad, therefore this is the top. Whereas if you had snapped it this way, and so that this was right side up, then you're gonna have the tag sticking out and brushing against your skin. Yeah, so that really is kind of up from down with a work at home makeup pad. Look out for core stitching. If there isn't core stitching, the maker will likely have a tag, and generally you want to this is again party of my pants. If there is a tag, you'll know the correct way to snap the pad is based on whatever tucks the tag away after you snap it. Okay? And then this is Bombshell Cloth, and her tag, is sticking down on the wing here a bit. But if you snap it this way, that pretty much covers the tag all the way up. So you know which way is up. So I hope that didn't seem insulting to clarify this to anybody. This is just, very new. People who are very new to cloth pads. I think when I made my sister some cloth pads, they asked me which side was up because, you know, you see the print and you think you shouldn't really bleed on this, but it really does depend on how the maker constructs their pads. And, you know, so that's just an idea of like what to look for on any given pad so you know which way is up. So generally you look for core stitching. If there isn't any core stitching, then you look for a tag. And really, I think that's it. Like, I think most makers will either have a tag or have core stitching. Another indicator actually is if they have a little, some makers use ribbons for the absorbency indicators. That's actually a good marker too. Like, this is always going to be on the back side of the pad because you want it to, again, be tucked away when you snap it up. So that is how you figure out which way is up with a cloth pad. Hope that was helpful, and thanks for watching. Bye.